woke up and I rolled out of bed. Got dressed and I left at 10. Checked my nails, looking good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh yeah! I know this'll be the day. Oh, yeah. Everything will be okay. Oh, yeah. I kiss my cares all away. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing on these streets. Oh yeah! Ain't nobody gonna cry today. Ain't nobody gonna die today. I kiss my cares all away. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. Gonna be a good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's beautiful. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Woo! It's a great, great day. It's a good day. Get up! Can't you see the sun shining? I woke up and I rolled out of bed. Got dressed and I left at 10. Checked my nails, looking good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh yeah! I know this'll be the day. Oh, yeah. Everything will be okay. Oh, yeah. I kiss my cares all away. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing on these streets. Oh yeah! Ain't nobody gonna cry today. Ain't nobody gonna die today. I kiss my cares all away. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. Gonna be a good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's beautiful. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good morning. It's Friday.
It is.
And our son comes in today. Tanner.
And our daughter-in-law.
Well,
Future daughter-in-law.
But we just chalk it
Yeah.
up as already done.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right, so 2 topics for us today. The hardest real estate skill to learn, but it does pay off eventually.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that one first. And then how realtors can develop self-awareness is topic number 2.
I'll be listening.
Just to be self-aware of what's going on.
Yep.
And see how they can become better.
Yeah.
So,
And
second
then-
development topic. Yes.
After those awesome topics, we're going to hop over to Show Me Your Listings with Shana because we have some great new listings coming up that we're going to talk about. I'm excited.
Ooh.
Excited to share.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. And what Zoom link is that going to be on?
Zoom meeting with Shana. I put that in the...
Perfect.
I thought I did.
Sounds
It's
good
not
to
in
me.
there.
Zoom meeting with Shana.com.
They're not all showing up.
All right.
All right. Ready to get started?
Yes, I am.
Anything else?
No.
I will. Yes, there is one more thing. Next Tuesday is our agent dinner. It's going to be a very nice dinner for you and your spouse to come, and it's going to be a fun night. So I hope you guys have made arrangements for that. It's next Tuesday at...
Wendy Farms.
No.
Oh, sorry.
It is here at our Frisco home. You guys should have received an
I tried.
email. Just make sure you've made arrangements to come. It's going to be a good night. All right, we're ready.
The hardest real estate skill to learn, and it actually does pay off over a period of time. That's Shana Acquisto, and we're going to talk about delegation. We're going to talk about how much your time is worth on an hourly basis. We're going to see who could help you, and we're going to try to make it fun.
Okay.
Those are all the things we're going to talk about
We're
here
gonna make
in
it
just
fun.
a second.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to see
Let's do
what can happen here.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about delegation. It's a super hard skill to learn.
Oh my gosh, I'm still
Very
trying
difficult.
to learn.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah.
So
I think you do a great job at it.
I'm still trying to take the mic out of micromanagement. And
Yes, you're good at delegating, but maybe not to the full extent, right?
Well, it depends. There's things that are, all different purposes and different intensities and different like skill sets are needed and,
Yeah.
different priorities.
Yeah.
So it is
But
difficult.
if you can somehow delegate, we're all super protective of our business and what we're doing, and we can do it better than everybody else, right? So if we can
That's a real
learn
thing.
that skill of delegation to just kind of, trust and pass off a couple of things, we talk about how do you get more time in your day, and I think that's the answer.
Yep. So let's kind of look at when you would delegate. Okay.
Okay.
So when you would delegate is you have to look at how much you currently make. Mm-hmm. So, if you're from the most simple term is take how much you made last year.
Okay.
Okay. And then take that and divide it in half, and then move the decimal point. Mm-hmm. And that would be how much you make on an hourly basis. So for example, if you made $100,000, then you would have earned, if you worked a standard work week, about $50
Okay.
on an hourly basis.
Okay.
Okay. So 100,000 equals $50 an hour. So anything that in theory is less than $50 an hour in value creation, or that you could acquire somebody to do it for less than $50.
Okay.
So from like a pure economic standpoint,
Yeah.
if somebody could do something for $49 an hour for you with equal opportunity, then you would gain $1 per hour in theory. Now, it gets more extreme and makes way more sense when the number's less.
Sure.
But from that simple economic standpoint, that's
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah. Now, you know that there's certain things in our business that we have to be licensed to do, but
Yes.
there's a lot of things that, we could have somebody do that aren't that requirement, that they're not client facing and engaging the clients, right?
Yeah, no, there's just sometimes it can be as simple as utilizing your family, okay? And finding those items. Maybe it's something simple like finding a house cleaner to help you out with tasks like that, right? And in doing that, then you're not doing certain things that free up your time.
He's talking to me. I have a Swiffer that I'm taking to Wendy today to.
Yeah. Okay. So
talking to me.
Those are each things, and then from the other standpoint, it might be, like, do you mow your own lawn? Right now, do you do that for your own personal time or whatever? And that's why.
Yeah.
But you would look at items like that.
Yeah.
Maybe and it might actually hurt your time production, but do you have like your kids do the laundry or your kids do the dishes or some types of things around the house that save you time and then give you more time to do other things, right? Sure. So there's a whole host of things like that would come in, and your spouse would probably be a great person to help kind of balance these out.
Yes.
Like, hey, I'm busier, could you? And then you find those types of items.
Yeah.
Maybe it's things that you don't like to do as well, so it would make your career better. If you didn't have to do this, pick whatever thing you don't really like and try to delegate that maybe. Then you'll have a higher satisfaction, which in turn has a value as well.
It's totally true. And then we had a wise friend of ours who's very successful. I asked one time, how do you not be a control freak, I guess, per se, and how do you delegate and not worry, that they're going to do the job properly? And the response was, well, do you make mistakes, Shana? Yes, I do. Okay, everyone's going to make mistakes. If you trust the person, let them do the job, and then you can probably fix it later. They might make a mistake, but it can always be fixed. Right?
Yeah, and it's basically, do they try?
Did they try?
Do they
Are they
care?
trustworthy? Are they care? Are they truly caring about you and that task? And if you can answer those questions, then don't worry about the small stuff of, there's going to be a mistake, and then you just overcome it, right? Now, if the mistake continues to happen, the same mistake, then that, warrants a conversation that you need to have. But, it is hard to trust. It is hard to trust that someone, but, something that I've learned is when I trust someone to do something that, for me, a lot of times they end up doing it better than me. So that's okay. That's great. Actually works out better.
And it comes down to your skill set a little bit.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't have all these skills. One of the things that I do enjoy, right? So maybe that's why I get involved micromanaging a little bit more, is because I enjoy learning new skills, right? So that I can help lead better, to give better direction, and to also understand it in the future, to not be so reliant upon that person, if their world changes, right?
Sure.
So I always like to kind of backfill and kind of self-learn. So I tend to get way over involved in the beginning, which causes me a problem, right? Because then I'm too involved.
Yeah.
But
you're
so
also, you're really good at, you've got a lot of new stuff coming up or going on, like technology, right? And you dive in and study it and learn it. So you can have those conversations with them, right? And you have a clue about what's going on.
That's the idea.
And same with us. We're, in our profession, whatever we're having somebody do, we know about it. We know what we're asking of them. It's not like something new, right? So, and people are going to make mistakes.
So delegation, super hard skill to actually learn, but it does pay off.
It does.
And I would say, as we've learned in our career, the more we delegate and allow people to do things, it's super hard in the beginning, but then once you start to do it, it does start to pay off.
And it's also helping that person gain some more skills and knowledge about a particular
Your income goes up when you do it right, and it it increases maybe some stress on you.
Yeah.
But overall, it should really help over a period of time.
Yeah.
So I would challenge everybody to find one item that you can delegate to your spouse.
I delegate everything to my
Find
spouse.
one item that you can delegate to your kids. Right? And find one low-level task that you could outsource or compensate somebody else to do. Not that works with us, but just somebody totally external that would free up your time to do something else, right? It might be something you like or don't like, but if you do those three things, then you'll have more time to focus on the top revenue producing items.
Yeah. And you could kind of start taking, you said pick one thing, but you'll learn that you can pick multiple things for that one person.
Yeah.
Right, over time. And, it really was eye-opening for me when you said break it down on a per hour basis, and then you realize, like you said, how much is that really worth? And my time to go out and get new business and be doing other things, it's definitely worth it.
So one of the things that we delegated actually is most of our grocery shopping. And it's really weird, but we joined Instacart, and it's worked out well for us. We've been on it for a long time. And the other day I had to go to Sam's in person to pick up something. And I would say that I used to go to Sam's once a week.
No, we would go, once or twice a week for sure.
Sure. And then what we did is we joined the service, and then they deliver the stuff to us. There's a marginal cost to what it is, but then you look at your time and it's like, whoa, that's crazy.
And it tells you, Instacart's good at telling you how many hours that you've actually saved. I would say I went to the grocery store literally every day. Oh, I need one thing or two things, and then you get there, and before you know it, you see all your friends, you see people and it's an hour or so out of your day, which, don't get me wrong, I love going to the grocery store when I'm making, particular specific things. I like to go to the grocery store. I really do.
I went to Sam's and was going in there to pick up some TVs, so I had to physically go in person and do that. And it was the first time I'd been there in so long. I have no idea how long it had been. But, everything I had was expired. My logins to everything, because I used that.
I don't even have my card anymore. I don't know where
I was on, one of the first people to use the Scan and Go app.
Yes.
So you could do that. And I haven't used it since. They were, 3 generations.
That saved us tons of time, right?
Yeah.
That was a huge time saver.
It was crazy. So that's kind of like delegation of a kind of simple task.
Yeah.
But it works out. Okay? So.
I get it. Thanks.
All right. That's all I got. How realtors can develop self-awareness. Just to be a little bit more aware of yourself, but to be honest with yourself. Now that Shana Acquisto, she's really good at what she does at real estate, and we all need to work on becoming self-aware, especially myself. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to be objective. You need to evaluate your transactions from the past and really look at them. You need to be accountable, and then you need to track and push your boundaries in what you have.
Yep, I agree. Looking at things objectively is really important.
Yeah, so let's dive in, Shana.
Don't always do that.
Let's get after this.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so talk about being objective. And, what that really is. You have to separate yourself, right? But look at yourself. But not be like, oh, I'm really good at that. When in all honesty, you're not. You just need to be truthful with yourself.
I think
about yourself.
Something that I like to do is I'll take a minute, if I get in where I'm feeling maybe negative, right? And you flip it around and you think, just think of that, whatever you're negative about or you're talking about, that flip it around and you're hearing that yourself from somebody else, right? Oh, okay, how would you feel? And I think that really helps to know, okay, if I flip this around, I was on the other side and I was hearing what I'm saying, how would I feel? And sometimes it's like, ouch, it's kind of an eye opener. So,
okay. So that's a good way to look at it, to be objective. And sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. You grade yourself as whatever that is, right? You ever go in, an analogy would be, sometimes you go to a changing room and you try something on and you're like, damn, this looks good. And then you're like, wait a minute, something's weird here. And then you walk out of the store and you're like, this is totally weird. The lighting's not the same. The mirror's not the same. Yep. It's just a little different. Right? I'm sure that's happened to just about everybody.
That's why there's a return.
Yeah, but what that really comes down to is how you see yourself.
Yeah. No, it is how you see yourself.
You know what I mean? So that's an analogy. So now we look at it and then think about your career.
Yeah.
How are you as a negotiator? Right? How are you as a business generation person for yourself? Right? How are you as a delegator? Previous topic we just spoke about. Right?
Yeah.
How are you about as an accountant? right? What about your technology? How are you on social media? Like all these skills, but really look at it and then learn more skills all the time.
And are you one to always blame, right? It's
Ooh, a blamer.
really a blamer. And I've been guilty of this. Like you try to put the blame on everybody else when it's really yourself.
Like Design Pickle. Do you blame Design Pickle for too many things? Right? Maybe it's a lack of putting it in, right? So there's a technology phrase, it's called GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. So whatever you give them, right, sometimes comes back this way. Now, I'm not going to take their side necessarily and say that they're always perfect because it's
nobody's
not necessarily.
Perfect, right?
Right. But as you kind of look at it, you do self-reflect and be like, did I explain that right? And how are my results coming back?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's very true. So, yeah. Just stop for a minute and think about that because I think we are, I don't know, it's easy to blame.
it is.
I'm guilty. It's easy to blame when, in fact, you're actually wanting somebody to read your mind. You need a psychic to read your mind and be able to take that information and telepath it to the other person. Well, that doesn't happen. So we have to think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe you're so busy that you need a personal handler.
That sounds wonderful.
It sounds wonderful to have a handler.
Personal handler. My personal handler.
I'm not. Anyways, I'll move on.
Anyway.
All right. Hit the bell. Let's get out of here. I would have said something. I was like, oh, no, I should not say that.
Nope.
Like, don't say that, Mike. Well, that's a wrap for you.
That's a wrap on this Friday.
Hey, I'm going to Wendy Farm. Anyone wants to come out there and join me? Get
the
your butt
phone
out
is
there.
ringing. So it's pretty awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, yesterday, we've set up a dedicated line for Wendy Farms, and we put the sign up. The sign went up day before yesterday, and whoa. It comes to my phone, and I was receiving phone calls yesterday. People are super excited about it, and well see how it goes.
Yeah, so you got like
exciting.
a bunch of calls last night.
I got 4 calls.
On the way
I got
home.
4 calls late in the afternoon, and the way the sign's positioned, it's how people are coming home from work in the evening. So it was really interesting.
That's pretty cool. So I'm going to just stand next to the sign all day
Are you
today.
gonna do this?
Yeah, I'm going to learn how to. Yeah, I'm going to totally do that.
And it's funny off that road. I know many of you have been out. It's not like you wouldn't think it was just like a well, I don't know, not a lot of traffic on that road, but apparently there is.
Yeah.
I believe it could be a cut through.
Well, there you go. So we'll be out there. And if you ever dreamed of doing one of those signs, we'll get you one and you can
if you
definitely
dream
do it.
You can do it for sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll get one for Kyle and he can do that.
On Fridays. Okay.
Yeah, every Friday he can just do that when it's super busy out.
All right, guys, hop over to Show Me Your Listings with Shana. I don't know, my stuff's not showing up. It's weird.
Ready?
Blocked me. Delegate.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. Thank you, Omkar. Much appreciated.
It's a great, great day. It's a good day. Get up. Can't you see the sun shining? I woke up and I rolled out of bed. Got dressed and I left at 10. Check my nails, looking good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh yeah! I know this'll be the day. Oh, yeah. Everything will be okay. Oh, yeah. I kiss my cares all away. Oh, yeah. cry myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet 'cause I hear music playing